What is up, everybody? It's Kamikaze here today, and today I wanted to talk about, well, Call of Duty Mobile's new invention, the mythical weapon, and why it costs $300 and how it's kind of ridiculous. So let's get right into it, everybody. Now, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Sorry to bother you guys with that, but it does help me out a lot. So yes, Call of Duty Mobile released the mythical weapon. You know, it's not as bad as I thought, but I really wasn't too excited for this kind of weapon. You know, as a free-to-play player, I think, you know, I can provide an unbiased perspective on this type of weapon and how it could affect people. Like, wow, you know, I was really surprised that they released a new class of weapons higher than Legendary. Because, well, those weapons are already like $100 to $200 to buy. Crazy, absolutely crazy. So I was just really surprised, I think, to see, you know, having that new class come in and exactly what price point they were going to put it at. You know, I've seen weapons back when I used to play war robots and stuff like that. There were bots and stuff that costed $300. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. They eventually reduced it to $100. Now, that was a horrible and pay-to-win game. I absolutely hated it. I was very worried about mythical weapons coming in with pay-to-win because nobody likes pay-to-win in mobile games, but it's something that a lot of mobile games take advantage of because it's just so lucrative. They get so much money out of it. So I was excited. You know, this is one of the positive things I do have to say about the mythical weapon. They didn't bring in pay-to-win with it. You know, we've had some issues with pay-to-win in the past. You know, it was very light, I would say, very light pay-to-win. Like some of those weapons that were being released, they were balanced, but they were not available to free-to-play players. So, you know, seeing no pay-to-win is a very good sign. However, this weapon costs $300 or more. $300 is optimistic about. You know, for a lot of these YouTubers, it costs about $300, which is crazy. Crazy, you know, 100 to 200 is, in my opinion, personally crazy. I would, you know, if I were to spend money on this game, I would probably buy the Battle Pass and maybe like some bundles or something like that. You know, I would never go through an entire lucky draw to get the legendary weapon or whatever. But this is more than that. It is beyond just a legendary, you know, lucky draw. It goes beyond that, which I already thought was ridiculous. $100 to $200 for a lucky draw, like for one weapon. Is just crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, I guess if it's a one-time purchase and, you know, you're never going to buy a legendary again and you're going to use that gun in every single game, then I guess it's not that bad. But, oh my god. Now, mythical weapons are coming in, and they were about the same cost. I admit, you know, the mythical weapon is actually, like, about the same cost as a lucky draw weapon. It's on the more expensive side. You know, a lot of lucky draw weapons are a little bit lower, but this mythical weapon, the Fennec Ascended, was on the higher end in terms of expenses, so it was already, like, $200 or so to buy. Or no, it was more like, I would say, like, $150. It was still pretty significantly expensive, I would say, but it goes beyond that. See, there are two steps to this. See, that's the funny thing. This weapon really isn't all that special, to be honest with you, other than the class. It's a mythical weapon. You know, it's really not that special. There aren't really that many extra effects, and we'll get into that more later, but it costs an extra, like, $100 or so, like a pretty expensive amount, like $150, I don't know. It costs a pretty significant amount. And again, these are lucky draw numbers, so you never really know what you're going to get. It could cost, you know, not very much. It could cost, who knows? It could cost hundreds of dollars. It could cost even more than $300 to buy this weapon. Like, oh my god. See, they've taken advantage of the lottery system, the loot box system, that a lot of mobile games have taken advantage historically for years. Now, I'm very happy, you know, no pay to win, but they still take advantage of this just horribly rigged system. I'm also happy that they do show the odds, so it's kind of your own fault if you're paying for this weapon, because, I mean, you know what you're paying for, and you know your chances, you know your odds, you know that it's going to cost you hundreds of dollars, you know that, you know, you're probably not going to get that lucky draw weapon first try, it's probably going to be last try, you know, so they do post the odds, which is good, but yeah, you need to upgrade it after that. Like, it's not just like, it's not a one-time purchase. You purchase it, and then you purchase more, like, upgrade points, and then you get, like, the rest of the features. It's like EA Sports without the pay-to-win, okay? See, what EA Sports does is they will sell you the game. They sell you the game. They sell it, it's like $60 or whatever, but you don't unlock all of it. You have to pay for the rest of, like, the other features in that game. You have to pay for all the other features in that game. You basically get, like, a trial version of the game for $60. That's basically what this Fennec weapon is. You pay for the weapon. You pay your over $100 for this weapon. And then, you know, you get your trial version. You get your trial mythic weapon that you just spent over $100 on. And then you have to upgrade it with even more money. To be honest with you, this gun is basically, there's not very much of a difference with it between like that and a legendary weapon. Mythical and legendary, there's really nothing that much like different. You know, when you look at kind of the scaling system in terms of like weapon skin rarity, you have your common, which is basically like, you know, the green, it's basically just a skin or a wrap or whatever. Then you get to like the blue, which is, you know, it's a more designed feel. It's less of like a wrap and more of an actual skin. Then you get to the purple, which is like a custom build or like some sort of moving part. Then you get to the legendary weapons, which are the expensive weapons, and they both have a custom build and also kind of a moving part in them, you know, a kill effect, you know, some sort of a kill effect and stuff like that. You know, the legendary weapons have a lot of basically everything. Now we get to mythical weapons, and really and truly, is there anything that special about them? Not particularly. Like, they have a muzzle flash, which basically gives off this little like blue tone. I mean, you can kind of see it. I dropped into players, like 2 players that had this mythical weapon, and you can kind of see the muzzle flash, but other than that, it's really not that special. It really isn't. Like, if you were to take the mythical weapon thing off, and then you were to just sell me the regular gun, you know, I would consider it a legendary. See, you're basically paying for the title of having a mythical weapon. That's what you're paying for. You know, that's one of the things that I think a lot of brands have done lately is, like, they'll just mark up prices because they can. You know, you look at Under Armour, Nike, all those, like, you know, shirts and stuff and pants and whatever. You know, when you go into the stores, you have the regular kind of, like, off-brand kind of just regular shirts, and then you have these Nike shirts that are, like, double the price. You're paying for the logo. And that's how I feel like it is with this gun. You're paying for the mythical weapon. You're paying for it saying mythical. You're really not paying for anything special. You're just paying for it to be mythical. I don't know. I mean, like, there's a leveling system, I guess, which is different than legendary, but that's just a paying scheme. And you can customize it a little bit. You know, you do get some cool stuff, I guess. You can change the muzzle flash and like the kill color and effect, and the kills, whenever you get a kill, basically it'll like change colors and stuff like that. But honestly, when you look at like the HVK, like the maximum security, it shows how many kills you have on the weapon. So really, that's nothing special. A changing color is nothing special. It's a cool looking skin. Is it worth $300? Hell no. Hell no. Like, you could probably like buy a real pistol with that kind of money. Like, you could buy a real life thing. Why would you pay for the mythical? You know, I don't know. It's weird. Like, there's just not very much special to this gun, and I understand they have to make money, okay? Like, I'm not at all sitting here and I'm not at all saying, you know, that this is like completely wrong on their part. I'm just saying, people that buy this gun, why? like why? I guess maybe because I'm a free play player, I just don't understand it. But like, oh my god, why would you pay for this? Like, really and truly, like, I understand they have to make money, and I'm not at all like trying to like crap on the game right now or the developers. I mean, I've definitely tried to like keep it lighter, definitely, because I'm not really all that seriously against the developers. It's just this update was kind of a mess in my opinion in terms of what they were saying and what we were expecting and what we actually got. You know, I look at this thing, it's something that nobody really wanted. You know, it's just they added it to make money. And I don't really, like, I saw so many people with this gun today. I think, you know, I almost never see people with legendary guns. You know, I play a lot of public matches. I was trying to get, like, Damascus. I'm trying to get Damascus right now. I'm getting pretty close, actually. Pretty close. I'm, like, 2/3 of the way there. But there were players out there that I counted, like, it was, like, 2 or 3 or so. It was a couple of players that paid for this skin. This $300 skin. I mean, yes, you can buy the skin, like, as a regular, like, base, and then you don't have to pay for all the extra stuff. But then it's just a regular, like, legendary. I don't know. You're just paying extra. You're paying, like, what you actually get for paying for that, like, second level. And, of course, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can just pay for the regular mythical weapon, which is, I mean, I guess it's fine. There really isn't any of a difference between that and a legendary weapon if you just buy the regular weapon. It's that extra $200 or so, $100, $200 that you put into it to upgrade it. Whew. I was watching someone, like, pay for it. It was like Parker the Slayer or something, and he was buying it, and he just had to stop. He literally had to stop. He like paid for it. He got the weapon and everything from the lucky draw, and he didn't realize there was like a second system. There was a second level system to it, and just how expensive that was going to be. And he just had to stop because he was like, "This is too much money." It is hundreds of dollars we are getting into, and there have been some pretty expensive skins here, but for the most part, that was kind of like going away a little bit. It was kind of dissipating. You know, not to say that there still weren't ridiculously expensive skins, but they were less expensive than they used to be back in the earlier seasons. You know, now they're only like 100 or 200, and I say only. It's ridiculous. But now we're getting into, like, mythical. They added a new class, mythical. I'm just looking at this, and I thought, here's what I thought. I thought, okay, so legendary weapons are going to get cheaper. They're going to be, like, probably $50 now. Okay. Which, I mean, that's not too bad. I'm fine with, like, anything $50 or under. I don't think that's as ridiculous. But they didn't do that. They're still super expensive. This one's just expensiver. I don't understand this. Oh my goodness. Like, $300? Like, I don't... It's a skin. It's cosmetic only, of course, which I'm happy for. But why would you buy this? Why? You know what else you could buy, like, with this, like, $300? You could, like, give it all to charity, okay? Like, if you ever have an urge to buy a mythical skin, instead of buying that mythical skin, go and donate $300 to charity. I don't know if I'm just being a Scrooge about money, but I feel like my parents raised me smart enough to know that I would not spend $300 on a skin. Yeah, so that's my opinion on the current mythical weapon scene in Call of Duty Mobile. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe. It helps me out so much. I will see you next time, guys. This is Kamikaze signing out.